Hello my crafty friends, it's Sheree. Welcome to my craft room. We started working on a junky junk journal in my last video. It's this little one made from book pages. The cover's made from book pages. We decorated the outside, we made some pages, but I wanted to go ahead and cover the inside with you. I told you I would come back and do that with you. So I picked out something from our junk journal, our junky junk pile here, and I'll show you what I picked out. And I'm going to show you in just a second. But first we're going to put down some glue. I'm going to start gluing it right here. And then I'm going to cut it off. So it was the biggest piece of paper I had left in the papers that we used in this junky junk journal. I'm using my Fabri-Tac here, which is getting toward the end. But I'm just going to do like one half at a time here. So I'm going to do this front half. So, yeah, I was wondering how you thought I did with using only junk. Like, did I do well, or did I use, like, did I cheat at all? Do you think I cheated? We'll see. Maybe that is yet to be determined. But, yeah, let me get some in this crease right here. And then we'll do the back half. I kind of don't want this to show through the paper. I picked a thick paper so you wouldn't, let me put this on its side so it doesn't take too long to start over here. Let me smear this out a little bit. I've lost my glue spreader that I had from Dollar Tree, and I have not remembered to buy another one yet, so I'm just using my finger again. So this is the paper here, this zebra gift bag. This is a gift bag that, you know, a lot of people would have just thrown it in the trash, but, you know, a lot of people, you know, I mean, people in my own family will just throw it, you know, they use a gift bag, get a gift bag, and then boom. They don't want it, they don't want it in the house. They don't want, you know, to store it. They don't, you know, they don't see any reason to, you know, and a lot of people, which is nothing wrong with that. You know, if you can't save them, maybe you don't have room or whatever. But, you know, a lot of people do throw them out. So they are, I do consider gift bags trash. So that's why I'm using this particular gift bag right here in this junky junk journal. And I think this is going to be cute on the inside, the zebra paper. You know, it's almost like when you're using junk. Well, I did save all of my junk. Like, you can be a little choosy, I think, but not totally super choosy. Like, if you're too choosy, you're not going to end up having any junk, because you're going to be like, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's too garbagey. That's too not pretty, whatever. So I tried not to be too choosy, but I was a little choosy. I didn't save everything that I got in the mail, that type of thing. So, you know, and then after I do this, I might be like, oh my goodness, you know, this is so cute. You know, if I like it, which I think I'm going to, so far I am, so I think I'm going to love it actually. But after this, I might be like, oh my goodness, why did I throw away that trash? It's so fun and so cool to put it all together and make a journal out of it, right? So we shall see. Now you can see the words a little bit through here. That is funny, but I hope that's fine. I hope that's okay with whoever may end up with this journal. So I'm just kind of want to make sure this glue is spread out all over the place. So one thing, as I was getting this paper ready, here's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to cut it out. Let me get it into that fold real good. I really would rather not have any wrinkles back here. So, I mean, if it wrinkles, it'll wrinkle. That's all there is to it. But I don't see any wrinkles right now, so hopefully we have it straight as far as no ripples or wrinkles. So I'm just going to cut around the cover now, and then we'll have our inside. And then I was going to put a little closure. I told you I would go through my scrap ribbons to see what I have to use maybe for a closure, because these are technically things I've saved from just things, you know, how they put little ribbons on things that you get maybe at work. The other day at work, we got a bunt, it was somebody's birthday, so we got a bunt, you know, the bunt cakes that are so popular now. we got a bundt cake. They got, they got a bundt cake for their birthday. And there was a ribbon on, they had it wrapped in cellophane, and there was a ribbon at the top. Well, guess who kept the ribbon? Me. So, and that type of ribbon I will bring home and I will put in my scrap ribbon box, because it was just a free ribbon that if I would have left it there, it probably would have got thrown in the trash. So I think those kinds of things are, perfect for a junky junk journal, because it was something you saved from the trash, right? And it was free. So there we go. I think that's cute. It's going to look like this. Okay, but I was going to sew around it. But before I sewed around it, I'm trying to decide whether I should, because I could put, here's the ribbon I picked out. This is from my junky, this is from my scrap ribbon box. Why? Because it's just this little piece. It was one of the longest pieces in there, though, that I thought would be cute as a closure on this journal. I thought maybe it was long enough to put, long enough to use as a closure. So I was trying to decide whether to attach it with eyelets, but now I just thought, since I kind of want to sew around here, so I thought, well, I could just sew through it. I could just sew through it right here. Like I'll put half on the front and half on the back, and then I'll sew through it. Let's see. So if I do that, I really think it'd be plenty long enough to tie a little bow on the side. So I mean, the only other thing I can do is to use a piece of ribbon that's not from my scrap ribbons. So let me do that. I'm going to cut it in half at an angle there. And I'm going to take it over to, and that way, see, if I use an eyelet, that'll take more of the ribbon. That'll take up more of the ribbon to tie around that. And then I won't probably have enough, or barely enough, to tie a bow here over on the side of the journal for as a closure. But if I just sew it, here, that'll give me more room. Yes, I like that idea. Okay, I'm going to go sew it, and I'll be right back. Okay, my crafty friends, I think it's turning out so adorable. Here's the sewing. I did a straight stitch around the cover here all the way around, and I did a little, here's the ribbon I showed you, taken from my scrap box, which maybe could have been thrown in the trash, maybe not. Here's what it looks like tied. So plenty of room for a bow, as you can see. Super cute, I think. And then, so I haven't decided whether to put pockets in here right now, but here's what it looks like on the inside with that gift bag paper. I think it really looks pretty, actually, the whole color combination with the black. This is black thread. Here's where I sewed on just a little zigzag stitch across the ribbons there for the closure ribbons. Anyway, all black, and there's some black in here, and you've got the blue and the blue here, and then you've got blue and black and other colors, like a rainbow of colors here in the ribbon, and then you open up to this black and white. I think it's really ended up being, even though I didn't plan it to be color coordinated, I think it really ended up being nicely coordinated for just pretty much throwing junk together, right? So yes, I think it's turning out really super cute. So this is going to be the inside, and I was saying, I don't know if I'm going to put pockets here yet, so I'm not going to do that today. Plus, I haven't decided what to put here yet. I don't think I have any ribbons from here's my scrap ribbons, all torn apart here, look, as I was looking through. This is from, well, I think this particular one was sent to me in Happy Mail, this pretty satiny ribbon, but this can be a journal closure, but I thought it was too big for this journal, but that's really my longest ribbon. Besides this ribbon, I threw in here from a banner from Temu, those banners that I got, which I, at this point, maybe have shown you some of them. This little ribbon comes with that. I thought this would be cute with something, but not, I thought it was too thin. See how thin it is? I thought it was too thin, so if I had to use it, I would have, but I don't think I had to. Anyway, there's no ribbon really thick enough to, maybe this one, as far as the width. Oh, look at this one. Maybe this one too. Let's take those two out real quick. And the only other thing is I could put 2 ribbons on, but I don't have enough of this to go on the front and the back. Here's a piece of gold scrap, but again, not enough to go on the front and the back unless I put 2 different ribbons. So yeah, none of these are long enough to be a journal closure or to put on the spine, except let me see this one real quick. It's got owls on it, but let me just see what it looks like. After all, we're trying to use trash here. Okay, let me put the pages to the side for a second. Let's just do a little bit of experimentation here and see if this would be able to be folded over and would I like it. I mean, I might be able to do it, but it's really not quite wide enough, and so that's probably going to be the same case. And it's kind of stiff, so it's hard to fold around. This is kind of like a, I don't know where I got this. Probably was on something like I told you last time, something that came in my path with this tied around it. I don't know what it was. This is kind of like some kind of a silky, satiny kind of fabric. But this could work, maybe. I don't know if it's wide enough. Let me see how that would look. I might, if I use this, I think what I would need to do is go and iron it because it's very wrinkled right now. And it probably was from whatever it was tied on, whatever I saved it from. But that could work. That could work. And how it would look is like that. Just a little bit of, and I like the kind of rusticness of it too, since it's a Junky Junk journal. That could work. I might go and iron that and glue it on. Okay, so there's a possible, probable piece that we can use on the spine. And so what else did I want to do? I don't know about pockets. And so, oh, I found in my ribbons, this string here. It's just some string. And I had apparently used it, I used this for something. I was using it to tie around my book pages that I was just trying to keep together. And I've did I use them all or something? I think I used them all. That's right. When I used up all my book pages in my quest, when I took them to Florida and used up all my book pages, these were tied around my book pages to keep them together. So now they're just pieces of string. I didn't throw them away. I put them in my scrap ribbons and saved them. So the longest piece is, let's see, that's the shortest one. Let me see if I think this is the longest one. I think I can use this for binding this journal is what I'm getting at. Because I was going to try to find something, you know, if I have anything to stay with the Junky Junk journal thing. Let me see how many links we have there. 1, 2. It's going to be tight, but I think it's enough. Okay, so let's see if we can bind this journal with this string. Let me get my clips. Sorry, I had to turn around there for a second and get my clips. We already put these in order. The only, yeah, these do have a direction. Some of them don't. Some of them are just to the side or whatever. Okay, yeah, all the ones that need to be upright are upright. Let's get them positioned in here. So like this one's in the middle. Just make sure they're all positioned where we want them. Let's put this one toward the bottom. That one in the middle, that one in the middle, this one in the middle. All in the middle. Not all in the middle, but those last few were in the middle. Okay, we got everything where we want it. Now let's put our paper clips here. One on the front cover, one on the back cover. Make sure everything's inside the cover here and positioned properly. I'll poke it down into the fold there. I always make sure it's down in there. Okay, I think that we are good. Whoops. Why is this sticking out here? Oh, okay, I guess I didn't. I just pulled it over a little bit there, I guess. Okay. Yeah, everything is inside. Okay, okay. Now my little awl, which is, oops. I just dropped my zebra paper on the ground. Okay, so I'm going to poke some holes. We'll do a 3 pamphlet stitch here. I don't think it's necessary to do any more than that. So just poking a hole right in the middle. And I don't have a needle out here yet, so I gotta go get my needle. So one there, pretty much in the middle. As you can see, I'm not measuring. One, about 1 inch or so from the bottom. 2, just try to get it right through the middle, not off to the side. About 1 inch or so from the top. Right there. I kind of twist it and make sure, because this awl makes such a small hole, I kind of twist it and make sure it's big enough. But I like this because I don't like too big of a hole. I don't like a big hole there. I like actually small as possible, but big enough to fit my needle through, if that makes sense. Let me grab my needle. I got it right here. And with that string, I'm probably going to need a needle threader. So I have my needle. I keep it right here in my wax thread so I don't lose it in the original package it came in. I keep it right in there. And then this I like this needle because it has a nice big eye that I can fit most threads and things through here. But this is pretty thick, so I know I'm going to need a needle threader to get this through. And I keep this handy over there by my sewing machine. So if I need it, that machine over here doesn't have a needle threader. So I keep it over there in case I need it for my sewing machine or for this purpose right here. This is pretty thick. Okay, there we go. I got it through. Okay. So we'll see how difficult it is to get through that hole now. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we can do this. See how hard it is to get the string through there. It was too, oh, okay, it fit through. All right, I didn't know if I was going to have to grab my pliers to pull it through. Okay, I'm leaving a pretty good tail there. And then I always go through the top next. Let's see if I can see it right there. Oh, oh, it hurts my fingers. On this one. Oh, you know what, hold on. I just thought of something. Do I want to put my fabric on the spine first or after I sew it? I can put it on after. Okay. Yeah, no big deal. No biggie. We'll put it on after. I usually put it on before. That's why I stopped there for a second. I needed to think about that for 2 seconds. But I can put it on after. No big deal. We'll put it on after. Okay, so that looks like it's going in the right place there. My tail is getting a little tangled up there. Let's pull that to where it's supposed to be. Okay, at this point I make sure everything's tight. Oh, let's see. I went through the string a little bit. Nope, it's not where it's supposed to be. Okay. I'm going to have to pull that out. May have to pause. A little bit of a technical difficulty here. Let me pull, let's see. I'm going to pull this one back out because it went through the other, it went through this, you know, through the string, and I need it to be separate from the string. And now I'm going to have to pull this, put this back through the needle here. So, you know, if anything's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong on video, of course. If I would have done this off video, it would have been perfect. Try to be careful with this because you can break a needle threader that pulling on it too hard. This one happens to be a really strong one. There's some glue on my finger. There. Let me get that off. Okay, let's see if we can get this through here without catching the other thread. I kind of like usually pull it up and tight here, like that. Can you see that okay? So I've got it pulled up, and then I kind of try to get under it so that I don't catch the other. I mean, this can happen with any kind of thread, wax cord or anything, any you know, embroidery floss, anything like that. So I think it's separate now. So I think we're good. Let's see. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, now again, at this point I pull it tight so that that top part is nice and tight, if possible, you know. And then we'll go through the bottom hole here. We've moved it around so much we might have to... Oh no, it went right through. Look at that. Well, at least something went smoothly, right? Again, pull that through there. Sorry, I'm probably shaking. Let me hold it up so I'm not shaking the table. And again, let me get the other... The second string is... Or the string that's wrapped around it. There it goes. Okay, it was still in there, because it's got quite a long piece there. Okay, now at this point I'm going to just put this through here. Then you can pull your needle off and just pull this tight, as you have a little cross piece there now, a little kind of like a beginning of a knot. And just go ahead and finish off your knot. And I will go ahead and tie a double knot here. And we had plenty of string after all. Look how long that piece is. And here's the tail that we left in the beginning. So since this string is kind of, you can see it's starting to come unwound. So I'm going to tie a little knot here. I'm going to tie a little knot there so that doesn't continue to unwind. You can do that with embroidery floss or baker's twine too, or any kind of yarn. Just tie a little knot in the bottom so it doesn't continue to come unwound. And then this piece will cut off. I might leave this piece a little bit longer though, in case somebody wants to put something, me or somebody else wants to put something on there. I'll make a little knot there in the end. And then, there we go. That might be a little bit too long. I don't like it hanging out of the journal. Let me cut that off one more time. That was a little bit too much. Okay, that's better. Okay, we can take our little paper clips off and see how our Junky Junk journal is looking here. And I don't think we've used up too much time yet, so I'm going to go iron this piece and we'll glue this on. And I'll be right back, but I think it's looking pretty cute. Pretty cute. I'll be right back. Okay, I got that ironed. It's right here. I just ironed it flat, you know. It still has some kind of like natural wrinkles in there or something, which I think looks really cool. I'm going to need to cut it or something because it's too long. So we're going to cut it or tear it. I don't know if I can tear it though that way. So about right here. Let me see if it'll tear for me, because that little frayed edge would look cool on the end here. Let me see if it'll tear that way. No, it's kind of like that silky material that you're not going to tear it. So we'll just cut it. Okay. No, let me see. That I could. It's a little crooked. It's way crooked. Let me cut it one more time. I don't know if it'll fray on its own. Let me see if I can fray it. Oh, it will fray on its own. I mean, I can fray it a little bit, not on its own. Yeah, I can pull a few strings out here and have that frayed look down here too. Cool, cool. Okay, so up here I wanted to cut this. This was already like this, so I wanted to cut this too. So we'll cut that. And get those two little pieces out of here. I am making a mess. And then we'll fray this end a little bit, or as much as we can. Cool. That worked out well. I'm throwing, oh my goodness. I'm throwing trash into my scrap box. I need to move it. I put it on top of my trash can over there. And now I'm like, oh, I'm throwing trash in my scrap box. Oh. I'm going to have to clean that out. Clean that out. I'm going to move it right now because I keep throwing trash in there and I'm throwing it into my scrapbook box. Let me move it right now so it's not freaking me out. You know how I am. Little things like that. It's going to freak me out. I'm going to have to clean that out now. If find all the little pieces of trash I threw in there. Okay, I'm going to put it over here first. Sorry, I need to move my leg off my table. I always kind of leave my knee on my table here, and then when I'm moving or doing something, it shakes my table, which I do not like at all. So, and I don't want my camera vibrating there for you, so I'm sure you don't want that either. So I'm specifically at this very moment, I took my leg off the table so I'm not shaking the table. Okay, so I'm going to place this here over the edge and kind of glue this side down right over the edge of this paper. So that is perfect. This was the perfect little scrap piece of whatever kind of fabric this is to put on here. And it was in my scrap ribbon box like I showed you. Pull it right out of there. I do have a scrap fabric drawer, but I know I've cut most of that stuff up, so I know those are small pieces. Not if I have a strip, I'd be lucky if I have a strip in there. I need a little bit more glue under here, under this edge. Okay, let's see how we do with that. That frayed edge down there. Okay. There we go. I think that's, I'm trying not to move it while gluing it down at the same time, so I'm just being a little gentle with it. Okay, now the back. And so yeah, we did glue that over after we sewed in the pages, you know, with our 3 signature stitch. We are gluing this over that. You can do it before or after. I just thought, you know, it didn't really matter one way or the other on this journal, I don't think. So I just went ahead and continued with my sewing and did it over. Let me smooth that out a little bit. There we go. Yeah, maybe that'll be enough on the edges too if I smooth it out. Doesn't that look nice? Okay. Yes, it looks very nice actually. Alright, I like this. I mean, I can't even really believe how cute this is, and it's just made out of junk, really. What do you think? I think it's really adorable. I am glad I did. I just really have been motivated. I've been watching so many. I can't even name one because I've watched so many. So many. I can't even tell you how many I watched. Like probably at least 20, maybe more videos of people working and making and doing flip-throughs of junky junk journals. And through my years of doing junk journals, of course, I've watched many people using junk and making junky junk journals. So I've probably watched 100 videos on junky junk journals. So we've got our pages, we've got them sewn in, we've got our outside, we've got our inside. Again, I don't know if I want to put pockets here, but I would like to put some belly band, and maybe a pocket or two, because we have, and there's some spots where we could glue or glue in a tuck spot on the side, glue in a pocket, you know, down here on the bottom. And so I think I'll leave that for the next video. I think I'll go ahead and do one more video where we're adding pockets and tuck spots. And maybe, I know there's a couple addresses I need to cover up, so those could be like writing areas. So I may have to use, I'll look at my junky junk box behind me, my basket, but I might have to use some kind of scrap paper in those areas, because I don't know if I have anything that I would consider to be, I'm looking around here, actual junk that could be used as, I'll look through my stuff and see what I have, and then I'll come back to you and we'll work on that together, and we'll see how that comes out. So, yep, we're still working on it. Another couple of steps will be done. I think in the end, I want to you know, I don't think I want to decorate it. I think I'm going to let that, you know, add pockets and tuck spots. Put in maybe some stickers that are not junky, of course. Some scrap paper. And I don't know what else, but a little packet that somebody can use to decorate, you know what I mean? And some tags and things, like my tissue box tags, things like that. So, yeah, in the end, I mean, you can't put a whole lot in here anyway. It's a little journal. So anyway, we'll do the pockets and tuck spots next, maybe a belly band, and see where we go from there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.